I was listening to Norwegian Wood while I was cutting the lawn. I was like, what? Rockstar doesn't get laid. Rockstar is a nerd and talks too much. It's 2 o'clock. She's got to go to bed. She laughs. She can't go to work and tell everybody she had sex with Rockstar because he didn't just, go for it and hit on her because he was a nerd. That's funny. Oh, wow. Rockstar doesn't get laid. He talked too much. She went to bed. He slept in the tub. I would have slept on the rug. But, just, you're funny. I'm not that type. I'm not a Rockstar type. I have taken comfort in sexuality with women after my disastrous first marriage, without thinking about getting married because everything was just so convoluted and fucked by business people and science people who suck and still do and always will, even after they've done invading our lives and giving us suck and cutting us and sucking our will to live. We'll still be alive and we won't have to endure their insanity. My dad, I was talking to him about stuff, and I know he has brain injuries from his abuse his whole life through Billy Graham and assholes like that, and Robert Schuller and Charles Stanley, and it all stems from Constantine, Jerome, and King James. And I look like King James, and Bob Marley said, you can keep King James version of the Bible because it only seemed to benefit people like King James. Well, I look like King James, and I restored the true teachings of the Bible because I love people that look like Bob Marley, because my son is, like Bob Marley. And, but, stupid is as stupid does, and when people get tribal, secular, insular, and racial, they say, oh, my skin color, my tribe, oh, they, it's inbred in them, and they're just stupid, and you can't get them out. He is like, hey, I'm like Haile Selassie. No, you're not, you're white. Okay, Martin Luther King Jr. in a world where people are judged by the content of their color, Wait, I'm sorry. What were we talking about again? I don't know. Oh my gosh, help me, Will. I think I'm doing weather for the news. So you guys got to understand what you're dealing with. Okay. Then they had a thing on the news I was watching here, and a guy lines up a hypocrite preacher in his sights, and he don't squeeze off. And then another guy grabs him, and they said he was a hero. And you're like, how do you know he wasn't like that dude at the soup kitchen with me with the shanks in his pocket that wants to get incarcerated because he likes incarceration lifestyle better than he does out in the streets, because out in the streets he's a convicted criminal and his life sucks for him? So he has a job and a shower and drugs, and he likes sex with men. So he wants to get incarcerated because life on the outside sucks. And life on the inside is very structured and sexually satisfying to him, like The Witness on Out of Sight with Jennifer Lopez and George Clooney. So you never worked in the incarceration system, obviously. I sat on the rug, so you get these people that want to be heroes through the incarceration system and deny you the Lord's Prayer. Don't walk up and tell them they're heroes. Say, when are you going to man up? And, I used to say that to everybody in Sierra Vista at Fort Huachuca, You don't have any balls? Here, clank, I'll grow more. And I've had to. I've literally, through the chemical poisoning that their science tech support did to me, I've had to literally survive them trying to rot my prostate off. The chemicals and the poisoning from that store that surprises little children to the drug cartels to be raped off the face of the planet to try to decrease the surplus population through mass breeding, through brain chemical activity of fear that they're going to be killed off the planet and replaced by the people that killed them off the planet, which we've been doing for thousands of years. Breathe them out of existence, Williams Longshanks. Freedom! Okay, do you understand? Okay, so I'm more intelligent than you, and I watch the effing fucking news, for crying out fucking loud. And people from Las Cruces, I'm not voting for these people anymore. Why don't you elect to live the Lord's Prayer and stop acting like a little cunt face? Hey, I'm going to make you angry? Are you going to try to violent crime me? Who's going to keep me safe from violent crime? Me. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. I'm living in the body of the Lord's Prayer. And I watch TV, for crying out fucking loud, and call the air conditioning company. We need more money. Come on. You're on a commercial. Stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Okay? It's sad having little girls pretending to be Andy Warhol's fart on TV so you can still make make-believe money and deny the Lord. Okay? And I was talking to my dad earlier, and he said I was talking to him about Dawkins and omitting the first 5 commandments and only accepting the last 5. And I said, Dad, I'm standing up for the Lord's Prayer, so I know what I'm doing is right. So I don't ever doubt that, and I know exactly. He goes, are you sure you're not omitting the first commandment? And I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Came over here and sat down. Oh, the book of Revelation there, where it says Jesus, it doesn't say Jesus comes from the sky. It says he looks like Son of Man, but he's not Jesus. He performs the apocalypse to restore the teachings of Jesus Christ so we live them worldwide. And it's like magic it comes from the sky into every household. From a Galaxy 10 I bought on discount when I was working at a store that resupplies little girls and boys to be raped to death in Mexico to control the suppressed population through manipulation, through scientific mismanagement. Hi. Book of Revelation starts and ends here. Diddly diddly do! And I watch TV, assholes. I watch fucking TV. The CIA tells me not to. If the CIA tells me not to do something, I do it. If I tell the CIA to do something, they don't do it. I've earned the command to tell the CIA how to be a human being, but they don't listen. But they try to tell me how to be an animal, and I'm like, oh, sod the fuck off. Seriously? Hi, I'm Keanu Reeves from The Matrix, and I'm feeling like a supermodel today. Sexy things. Just saw me cutting a yard. I can see my reflection in the windows, right? And I look like one of those dudes that make America great. Don't let all those people come up and sell our kids fentanyl. I'll get a gun and shoot your ass. I've got a Henry rifle in the fucking closet. I look like one of those dudes. And I am the most holy and righteous and beautiful, loving man you've ever met. Like that boy, my boy Terrell McDonald said in Sierra Vista, when I had the long hair and looked like a biker and I'd walk home at night and people in the military town would run across the street to get away from me. And Terrell said, man, if you were in trouble at night, the one person you'd want to see walking down the road is you, Ralph. I was like, I know. Judged by the content of our character, right? Okay, let's load this one up. You need a good ass kicking. I watch TV. I live right... Especially people in Las Cruces. I mean, if Mr. Ross don't know who I am, and he's not like Ken Nagashima, well, then he gets a pass on that. But if he knows who I am, you're such an asshole. And all the people, if you know who I am and you're on TV spewing that bullshit instead of standing for the Lord's Prayer, what a little prick. Okay? I still love you, but you're an asshole. Now you know.